Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the SimGot EM6Ls, all my thoughts and opinions on them, and if I think they're worth picking up over the competition. So let's just get started. So to start, SimGot did send these IEMs out to me for review. That doesn't in any way, shape, or form affect my opinion of these, and as you know, I will be as open and unbiased when talking about items. So with all that being said, let's just get started. So to start off, we're going to talk about the just general sound quality of these IEMs. Here's a couple of songs that I listened to and just these general genres that I've been kind of experimenting with them with. And something I have to say is that they lack low end. So I'm going to show you two different tracks that I worked on, and I'm going to show you how I mixed it with the EM6Ls compared to my actual studio monitors and the SuperMix 4s, which are my main kind of mixing headphones. They're just incredible and I use them for everything. So here's a quick sample of how they sound. So as you see, the audio file made with the EM6Ls has a lot more low end because when I'm working on the track, I made it at work on my laptop and I couldn't hear the low end. I felt like there wasn't enough. So I was overcompensating for that low end. So if you're looking at these for doing any kind of production, any kind of mixing and mastering, these aren't going to be the best option, especially because that lack of low end, you really feel it in music. In my main game, Rhythia, it's a rhythm aim training kind of like game. It's very prevalent to have really good audio. So when you're going for something like the SuperMix 4s or the EW300s or the Moondrop Maze or even the Kiwi Ear Cadenzas, which are super cheap, you're really lacking that low end presence. Anything, I feel like sub 50 is what it feels like that super low end. I just feel like it's lacking, and I believe these are only a dual driver IEM. I'm not gonna go too heavy into the specifics of it because I'm not too confident and I don't have the testing requirements to do any kind of real kind of IEM chart testing. But just from my personal use, they are very lacking in the low end. The highs are good, but I did find by myself not really enjoying the sharpness of the highs. So when listening to genres like Dariacore, Tear Out, dubstep, metal, stuff like that, just stuff where there's a lot more top end presence and a lot of more low end presence, those genres felt a little bit more piercing compared to genres like rap, compared to genres like lo-fi, where there's still a lot of low end, but I feel like the lack of low end can be made up by the fact that some of these songs are just good. Going on to the packaging, in the box you get the very classic SimGot packaging where you get two little boxes, one with the accessories, one with the cable, and then the IEMs are on top. It comes in a really nice box, it says EM6L Phoenix on it, and I actually really like the way the box looks, way more than the SuperMix 4s or the EW300. I do like the packaging for the EM6Ls, and I do like the way that they look a lot. You are getting a very traditional IEM shape, so these are going to be more on like the elongated triangle side with a standard nozzle that doesn't reach too deep, it's not too shallow. If you do have smaller ears, these are going to feel great in your ear compared to something like the Critical Truth Ear Reds, which are just incredibly large, and especially for me with my tiny ears, they just don't feel good at all. But when compared to IEMs like the Moondrop Maze or the Cadenzas, which are a lot better for smaller ears, they kind of fall in line closer to the Maze, where they're not super deep, but they feel really nice in ear. Going on to one of the biggest complaints of the EM6Ls is their QC issues. I've heard 5 or 6 different reports of the nozzle of the IEM just falling off. But if you are looking at getting the EM6Ls, that is something to note that they do have an issue with the ear nozzle falling off. And I think this is just due to it being an older product from SimGot. It's not like their EW300 or the SuperMix 4s, which are just incredibly new products and they're super high quality too. Like they just feel incredible. They sound great. The EW300s are a lot more lacking compared to SuperMix 4s. But I feel like if you're looking at items from SimGot and you're mainly doing music or you're doing anything that's just critical listening, I would recommend the EW300s under that $100 price point. And if you're doing anything for gaming, the EM6Ls are kind of like the way to go. Speaking of gaming, the EM6Ls just blew my mind. They are incredibly accurate. So when you're playing games like Valorant, where footsteps are really important, or games like CS, where footsteps, again, are really important and you need to be able to hear things very accurately, the EM6Ls did a fantastic job. But when you go to games like Apex or Call of Duty, where the audio just kind of just isn't that good, the EM6Ls don't really shine in their best capacity. So I would really recommend the EM6Ls for people who are playing games like tac shooters or games like Overwatch, where you kind of do want that really nice spatial surrounding. I know some people say IEMs aren't better than over-ears for gaming, but there are just some cases where IEMs are just solo gaming headphones at the same price. Like the EM6Ls versus the Cloud 2s, I would pick the EM6Ls. Or if we're going DT990s versus the Super Mix 4s, I'm gonna go Super Mix 4s all day. One last thing, the cable, I hate the cable. I hate the cable, so if you're looking at getting the EM6Ls, I would definitely upgrade that cable to something like, I think it's a triple win cable, that's pretty good. But the stock cable is super thin and it tangles incredibly easily. I found that cable tangling probably more times than my Super Mix 4s, my High Dice M3S, all those combined. Like I think it's tangled right now on my desk. It's not good. But that should be it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more. We do have a couple more reviews coming up on the Newfie Hall Effect boards and the Corsair K70, which are just two products that I really do enjoy. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You say you want it, oh, baby girl, you say you want it. Baby, come get it, oh, baby, yeah, you gotta get it. Hey, baby girl, drop all these products. Look at everyone who's trying harder. I don't know if I should try harder, cause you're the only one I want.